Hello, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whenever you come across this video. In this video, I'll be talking about things I wish I knew before entering this institution called marriage. I've been married for 3 years now, and I wish I knew a lot of things before I ventured into this marriage. So, the first thing I'll be talking about is weight gain. I never knew, or nobody ever told me that I will ever gain this kind of weight. And I noticed in marriage, especially in other marriage, not my own, I have noticed that if a woman drops one, if a woman give birth to one, she will add, and the more she gives birth, the more weight she will gain. So I never knew that giving birth can actually make a woman transform a woman overnight, like can actually make a woman gain weight. And if she don maintain herself, she will become shapeless, she will be obese. So you can't get your original shape back like that except to maintain or mind the kind of food you take. So weight gain is part of what a woman will see, will experience, will gain in her marriage. So if I had known, I won't, maybe I would have prepared myself very well before I entered into an early marriage. And that's why I don't blame some ladies who will say, who they are not yet married, they are not yet married, and they say they are not ready, or they are not ready for marriage yet, they are not ready for marriage palava, they are not ready for marriage stress. And those kind of people might be the kind of people that have gone, that have seen or experience of, or be around some marriages that scare them, the marriage scares them, and they made that kind of decision. Maybe their own parents, how they lived, or maybe the marriages around them. Another thing I need to say is that marriage will not all that be rosy, will not be always rosy. It's not every time marriage will be sweet. Marriage is both both two things. Either it's sometimes sweet, sometimes it's bitter. So, and because of this, marriage sometimes is sweet because the both parties agree to enjoy their marriage, to make things happen well for them. And it's sometimes bitter, maybe situation around them. And especially when it's bitter for a lady is when a lady gives birth now, she, especially if she lacks people around her to assist her in taking care of the child, she might feel depressed, and she might not really be happy sometimes. So, and another thing in marriage I knew that I wish I knew is bored. You get bored sometimes. Bored in the sense that, not that you don't have people around, not that you don't have friends you can call, but sometimes you get bored. You might want to watch a TV program, but maybe your child want to watch cartoon. You have to sacrifice your time and give the child what he wants, like putting the station for him. That is another thing I want to chip in now. Marriage is sacrifice. You have to sacrifice many things. Sacrifice your time, sacrifice your love, sacrifice a lot of things for even your career. Sometimes you might see that you are not the type that like house help. You just have to bring down yourself, and have to do things yourself in the house until your children are of age, before you think of maybe going into one or two career that you will not have time for your children for. It happens to me. I used to be a makeup artist. I have a makeup studio, but I don't have house help, so it was stressful for me. I had to drop down, and my own husband doesn't want any house help. That is another thing again. Decisions will not be taken only by you. Decisions will be taken by the two parties. You are not, if you are the type that like taking decision by yourself or like doing things yourself, you won't one of those are one of things that might bring down a home. The home will not be working well again. There are many things that spoils a marriage. If the couple, they don't have understanding within themselves, they will begin to disagree of little things that they're supposed to, they can handle by themselves. And that is another thing again. Those people that get divorced those single mothers that you see today, it's not, sometimes it might not be their fault because of how they see things. Things don't go well for them again, and they don't, some of them don't like, don't as according to them, they don't want to accept nonsense. They have to stay on their own. So those are one of the things I wish I knew on time. If I knew that marriage is the is the both party, both couple that make marriage happen. I never knew about it. So when I entered into marriage and I begin to learn some things, I know that if you want your marriage to work well, you have to know some kind of things. Know that decisions are not only taken by you. Decisions can never be taken by you, and especially communication. Communication is used to run things in the family. Is with communication used to know how your day-to-day activities should go. If husband and wife don't have communication skills, communication this thing with them, they are going to be doing things anyhow, and it will affect their marriage. So that's what I know when I entered into marriage. I know that communication is very essential in marriage. You use communication to run your thing. And another thing is change. Many things are going to change in your home. Like for the women now, one, if you give, as you drop one child today, if you give birth to one child, the weight gain you will get will be different from the, as long as you are giving birth, the more you give birth, the more weight you gain. Let me put it that way. Since I knew when I ventured into this marriage, is I begin to notice marriage. I don't know that marriage can bring somebody down. Marriage really mellowed me down. Marriage changed my personality. Marriage changed my perception. Marriage made me to change a lot of things. I used to think that I and my husband would continue, like, I used to be this kind of person that like activities, that like clubbing, going out. So I think if I enter into marriage, we are going to continue. But no, it didn't work. As time go, as we drop, I have two children now. The first one, we drop first child, our mentality, our thinking change, because we now have responsibility to cater for. We have many expenses to make. So there are things we cut down short. We cut some things we were doing before, so that we are going to take care of, meet up with the child's needs. So marriage really mellowed me down. Marriage made me to, if you are a kind of stubborn person, you mellow down by force. You know that sorry is very important in a marriage. If you don't say sorry to your spouse, and you both of you are the same kind of person, many things will go wrong in the marriage. So it's either one of you say sorry and let both of you move on. So sorry is very essential in marriage. Sorry makes marriage to continue. But if in situation whereby the woman is being stubborn, continue being stubborn, many things will go wrong. It's either the man will continue his way, or find company to keep, that will be keeping him outside. So there are many things that is very important in marriage. That's what I noticed when I entered into marriage. I never knew before I entered. So after I enter marriage now, I started knowing many things. A woman, especially if you don't know, if you are not the type that likes children around, you are not the type of person that likes noise of children, you will not you will not have the time, or you will change your situation. Like me, before I entered into marriage, I thought I used to be a fan of giving birth to plenty children, my brothers and my sister. When I entered into marriage, my decision began to change. I'm not a fan of giving birth to plenty children again, because I thought I dey talk am for mouth. I thought it's just easy. It's very easy to give birth to a child now. It's easy to get pregnant and easy to but the torture in labor room, will change somebody's perception immediately. Or apart from that, the stress of being pregnant and giving birth is, if you stay around children, you know that they are naturally annoying, but naturally they are naturally good to be with. But sometimes, if you are the type that don't like tolerating, according to you don't like tolerating rubbish, or you don't like seeing children running up and down, and then you go see am for your marriage. Every day you go shout, one or two times you shout in a day. I sometimes take almost every day we take Panadol, because I don't know if I gave birth to two boys. I don't know if because they are male children. So if you are a woman, please, and you are watching this thing, please, I would love you to, and you are watching this video, please, I would love you to tell me your own experience, how it is as you entered into marriage, how some kind of thing change. So skill acquisition again is another thing I wish I knew before entering into marriage, because it really stressed me a lot, and I thought it would be like the way if I'm single, just to take care of the home and take care. In that place, your children might be disturbing, especially if you don't have anybody to keep your child for too. So decision making too, if your husband say he doesn't want house help, you are going to take it like that and continue your life. Because if you disagree and go on your own decision, that's when the love now will begin to reduce. That's when I notice that there are many things that reduce the marriage. That's when I begin to notice that there are many things that causes misunderstanding in a marriage, and there are many things that causes couple to get divorced. Disagreements, unnecessary agreements that can lead to fight too. So if if you are watching this video and you are not yet married, please make sure you pick one or two things so that you get prepared for it, because marriage is hard work. I'm not trying to make it look so serious to you, but I'm talking about my own experience. And another thing I noticed before I enter into that I wish I knew before I enter into marriage, is that you will have to, as a mother, you'll be the one that will work hard to get your home, to make your home stand very well gidigba for ground, because you have to, so as a woman you have to learn how to sacrifice. You have to know what it means to sacrifice. Marriage is sacrifice. You have to sacrifice your time, like I said, sacrifice your love, sacrifice your happiness. It will just come naturally if truly you are a virtuous woman. All these things will begin to occur in you. Those things that you used to do before, you cut them down. You change the kind of way you live. You change some friends. And the last thing I wish I knew before entering into marriage is YouTube. I wish I knew this platform. I wish I know this thing called YouTube before I enter into marriage. Because why I say so is that sometimes many things will come up. If I'm ready to make a video now, it's either my child wakes up from sleep, or it's either I want to go and do, or maybe I finish doing house chores now and I get exhausted. I will be postponing the video. So especially when you don't have house help, to be difficult. That's why I say I wish I knew, so that I would have been consistent enough before I entered into marriage, and I would have gained a lot of subscribers. So please guys, I'll be ending this video here. Please help me subscribe. Subscription is very free. It's free. Subscribe, like, and please comment in the comment section below. Are you a mother? Please share your own thoughts. Let me know how marriage has affected you, either good or bad. Please let me know what you wish you knew before entering into marriage, or what you're learning now. Please guys, take care and stay safe. Thank you for watching. Bye.